All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We the brothers from the Great Millstone Atlanta Church coming back at you to prophesy again, another lesson talking about the downfall of America and also the downfall of this whole kingdom, period. And just going into current events, what's going on, showing you that this setup for America to fall is real and it's being done through these other countries. All right, but before we get into the scriptures, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Also, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the teaching who well, peace, love, and safety to their hopefully let scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. So I want to start off with the scripture because this is going to come to pass real soon. It may not seem like it now, but when you really go into the details of how everything is running right now, with all these other countries coming up against America and the allies disagreeing with certain things, this is going to come to pass real soon. So this is Revelations chapter 17, and I'm going to start at verse 15. It says, "And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest were where the whore sitteth are people and multitudes and nations and tongues." So that whore is Babylon the Great, and she's sitting on top of the beast. The beast is all these other nations, the EU and the G7 and all these European nations. All right, so America is like in control really of everything that the EU is doing pretty much. They're like the bully of the earth. If America don't agree with it, it ain't gonna happen. If America wants it to happen, that's what it's gonna be. That's how this whore has been pretty much conquering the whole earth. All right. But I'm gonna continue. It says in verse 16, "And the 10 horns, which is the EU, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." All right, and that fire is going to be through the nuclear destruction.
You see, NATO and the EU, are slowly but surely. Actually, it's not even slowly. It's actually happening right now before your eyes. They're turning against the U.S. You see, because, and we're going to get that, but through the policies of the whoredoms of the U.S., they have corrupted the world, and now the world and the world's economies are looking at like, damn, we adopted this. You got a lot of economies like China. They're trying to purge this democracy shit out of their government because they realize that this is poison. It has poisoned them. Right. You see what I'm saying? So where he had just brought out how they shall hate the whore and burn her with fire, that's that thermonuclear destruction that the nations are currently building up for. Because, and I'm gonna bring out this one quick precept. The nations, America has dealt treacherously with the nations since its inception. Everything has been done through either covert or overt military tactics to usurp and overthrow their societies. The policies that have been put in place to destroy their societies, the theft of resources. You know what I'm saying? How America goes into countries and set things up to steal their resources, the theft of the gold, the theft of the silver, the theft of the children. I mean, you name it, America has had its hand in it. And now through the unicorn, the rest of the world has been able to see exactly what this whore really has been doing for such a long time. You know what I'm saying? They're seeing it. They're like, damn, real quick, they lied about the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The white men told the rest of the world that we wouldn't shit, we was lazy, we was good for nothing, we were just a leech on society. And then they come to find out through them looking into the history of things to find out that they enslaved us. We built this society off our backs, and everything in the society, literally everything, our people invented, and we never got any credit for it. So when the other nations see this, they're like, man, you the demon.
Right.
Right. I'm gonna bring out this quick precept and we're gonna go from here. This is Isaiah 1, no, I'm sorry. Slakia. It's supposed to be Isaiah 33. Okay. 33. I'm gonna grab it in this right here, man, because this old English Bible, I still haven't got accustomed to using it yet.
But yeah, just speaking of that, man, these other countries, a lot of these other countries, they also know who we are. You know, I believe there's more people outside of America, is more heathens that know who we are than Israelites that know who they are.
Right.
You know, a lot of these Elamites, you know, the Indians, Ishmaelites, Arabs, a lot of them, you know, they already know. You see it. You see on these TikTok videos and YouTube videos. You know, they were like, "Yeah, you the real Jews. You know, you the real Israelites." They be telling Jake that.
I remember. I don't know if you remember this, but I can't remember exactly which president said it over in the Middle East. But he said, y'all left black and came back white.
That was the Egyptian president at the time.
He said there will never be peace over here because y'all not the people. He's absolutely right. All right, so this is Isaiah 33:1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest and was not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee."
Yep.
You see, so, you know, and when America is not going to cease to spoil willingly, they're not willingly giving up their power. The power is being stripped from them. You see what I'm saying? So you're not saying, okay, I'm gonna stop robbing you. I'm gonna stop dealing treacherously with you. No, they're not doing that. It's being taken from them, the power to do that. The other nations are shaping their economies in such a way to where the United States can't do the treacherous dealings that they once were doing. Because, like, say, for instance, the dollar, you got the Russian ruble and the Chinese yuan that are gaining so much power right now, right? And now they've entered into a deal to start their own reserve currency. And it's actually a reserve currency. That's a thing. Then you got Turkey, you got Iran. Yep. That was actually what I was looking for. They all are making a league and whatever. Then you got the BRICS nations and all that stuff. So America has lost its grip, and America no longer has the power that it once held. So what's going to happen is that the other nations are going to say, okay, it's our turn. You think they're going to forget what America has done?
Hey, a lot of these other nations, smaller nations or other nations which are against America, they're actually setting up shop in South America. Places like Colombia, they deal with Russia. You know, other places in South America, they dealing with you know, Iran, Russia, and China. So the United States is really surrounded by enemies, man.
Right.
You know, you really have way more enemies than you have friends at this point.
Right. You know, because when you had the authority and the power to deal righteously, you dealt wickedly. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't give any nation any mercy. You totally dealt wickedly with every nation. Like the only nation to drop a bomb on another nation of that magnitude was America. America dropped the bomb on Hiroshima.
After the war was over.
After the war was over.
Man, that was just some straight up dirty. Man, America got to get judged, man.
And honestly, I'm personally, man, I am sick of this place, man. I am tired of America.
It's like maybe about 3-4 years ago, America was still this nice place. Now everybody looking at America like it's a damn third world country. Let me get this real quick. You still grabbing your precept?
No, I was done with that precept.
Okay. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, and the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Yeah, and that wine is, you know, the philosophies and all the lies and deceit that has came out of this place. You know, ever since it was built up, you know, a few years after the Renaissance, you know, even then Esau was, you know, in full effect with his lies. So what are they doing now? They're still lying. You know, even when it goes into conquering other lands, they're lying about, you know, well, this land that they're full of terrorists or they killing their own people. We're going to go over and set up, you know, democracy. They're doing it to take control. They're not doing it to help people out. When has America ever wanted to help somebody out? Look how screwed up it is over here. They can't even help out their own people.
And they don't want to. You sent $9 billion recently, and before then $40 billion to Ukraine for aid, right? $9 billion are pretty much in poverty in America. You know what I'm saying? $40 billion to make everybody in this country rich, pretty much. You know? But y'all don't want to take care of y'all own people, you know what I'm saying? Because everything is done for a purpose. Y'all sending that aid over there to Ukraine so y'all can try to get a foothold into something.
They can't even build back New Orleans after Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's places over there that's still screwed up. It's people that died, lost their houses, and those houses are still level. And that was years ago, and it didn't even take as much money as they pumping into this war to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you know this devil don't care about, especially us. But he started not to care about his own people.
Yeah.
It's all about survival at this point. You know, it's all about keeping the economy going. And one way they do that is conquering it through war. All right, so they thinking that war is going to save them out of this bad economic collapse that they're falling into, but it's going to backfire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's going to be on the same page. America's still going to have that same mindset, and them other countries are going to turn on them like they're doing now.
Not to mention, too, you know, as I was saying earlier, how the rest of the nations come to understand how America functions through the unicorn, right? They know already, you know what I'm saying? They know that America is going to be on that bullshit, you know, and they you know what? I lost my train of thought, so I'm gonna just grab this precept and then I'll, you know, if it come back to me, then I'll grab it. This is Ezekiel 8:38-7. It says, "Be thou prepared and prepare thyself, thou and thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be a guard unto them." So this is talking about Russia and how Russia is becoming a guard unto all of the smaller nations. You see what I'm saying? So this is why this is a prophecy being fulfilled. All of the other nations are clinging on to Russia. Now, as we were speaking on this lesson, a brother had posted in chat an article that said from Yuan, the news outlet, the Elamite news outlet. It says, "Fingerprint Russia Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov visits Africa to strengthen their relations." So Russia is going across the world, strengthening the rest of the relations between them and the rest of the world, and leaving America out of this shit, man.
You already know what I'm looking for.
And that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. The rest of the world already knows how the history of America and how America deals treacherously. They know this already. You see what I'm saying? So they setting up to completely destroy this place. You see what I'm saying? They're going to completely, and this is the indignation of the Lord. They're going to completely wipe this place out because of the history of the treacherous dealings that America has perpetuated on the rest of the earth. You see what I'm saying? How many lives has this country has taken and ruined and destroyed? How many deformities have been born because of the pollution and the poison food that America has been putting out? You know what I'm saying? How much of the water has been destroyed by the philosophies and doctrines of America? You see what I'm saying? Everything. So this tab that America has to pay is a very, very big tab. The only way to pay it is total destruction. But you got it up.
It really can't be paid. They're gonna have to be destroyed, come back in slavery, serve 1,000 years, and then get destroyed altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a heavy price. And just thinking about that captivity, you know how when people on death row,
mm-hmm.
and all they can think about is, yeah, my time's winding down. You serving, you captive, and then at the end of your sentence, you got to be put to death. So Esau is really a death row inmate right now.
Dead man walking.
A dead man walking, man. I want to get this real quick because you mentioned it. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." Verse 10. "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say that I am strong." All right. So yeah, the weak nations, they're getting strength through the larger nations. You know, just like the brother mentioned. All right. So are they going to be afraid of America? No. Hell no. They got nukes just like America got nukes. You know, they got military just like America got military. The only difference is they have a purpose. They have a purpose. Not only is it prophecy, but it's hella hate for America for what they have done in these other lands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just look at what's the first guy that they assassinated?
Gaddafi?
Before Gaddafi.
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that man wasn't even really doing all that stuff they were saying.
What Saddam Hussein was doing was saying that they were going to convert to buying oil in gold. Mm-hmm. That was the reason why that whole thing happened. Well, guess what? Gaddafi was doing the same thing. Gaddafi was going to start backing all his money by gold. You see what I'm saying? Well, America can't have something like that, because if you're using real money to buy things, then the fake money would become obsolete instantly.
And the lie that they told was he was over there killing his own people.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is America doing? They're killing their own people. So don't you deserve that same judgment that Saddam Hussein received?
Worse judgment.
Really worse. Way worse.
Way worse.
But it's just their way of thinking, like, well, if they do it, you know, I gotta go intervene and take care of it. But you know, if we do it, can't nobody mess with us. Mm-hmm. You know, they it's like a big ass bully, man. So when I know you remember back in school, you had the bully. Mm-hmm. It came a point where that bully got his ass beat.
Yeah, every time.
And pretty much everybody else, you know, they rejoiced over that. That's how they looking at America right now, man. America about to catch a major ass whooping.
Mm-hmm. And that's why the scriptures say that they're not, as for gold and silver, they should not delight in them, because they're not going to care about America's wealth or money or things like that. They just want this place out of here, because this devil has made it to we're literally on land that was already here, on land that the Lord gave us, the land that the Lord gave us jurisdiction over, right? Over this land, the land that the Lord gave us. Look what this devil got control of it. Look at what he's doing to the people of the earth, because he has the power right now. That just shows to show you that's a wicked ass individual. That's just like a goddamn nigger woman who got a little bit of authority, and she start abusing her authority because she thinks that's the way to rule. These devils, they don't know any other way, you know. And we end up getting that, but that's what goes into Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. His soul that is lifted up is not upright in him. He don't know any other way but to do wickedness.
Actually, America is a nigger woman, man.
Yeah, kind of.
If you think of everything that this place, what it promotes, how it's looked at, that's why the scriptures call it the great whore. Mm-hmm. You know, the what's called Mystery Babylon.
The well-favored harlot.
Yeah, the world-favorite harlot, man. This America is a big ass nigger woman, man, mm-hmm. And they operate just like niggas do, man. And just like a damn power hungry woman, you know, come in and you can never be satisfied until you have control of every single thing. Once you have control of every single thing, you want to go out and adventure and control whatever else you find outside of the world. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the whole well, that's what they claim, but we know NASA is really trying to kind of set up to put the watch on your house shall return. You know, but ultimately they want to be able to escape this earth and go out to other you know, planets and have control over those planets. Mm-hmm. And what they do find, I mean, just what they have put out with their philosophy, other planets that have life form. What do you think they're gonna do? You think they're gonna pull up and be in peace? No, they're gonna be the same way how America was taken over. They're gonna present themselves as peaceful. And all of a sudden, it's going to be bloodshed until they got full control of everything. Mm-hmm. So this devil has to be taken down completely, man. Or he'll destroy existence as itself.
And he's actually doing that. He's actually doing that, what the brother just said. Because this devil is completely adverse to life, right? The Lord said, thou shalt not lay down with man as man lays with woman. Mm-hmm. He promotes it, right? He says, the Lord said, out of all of the fish in the sea, only the ones with fins and scales thou may eat. Anything else that moves in the sea, how specific the Lord was. He said, anything else that moves in the sea, don't eat. but the devil promotes shrimp, crab, lobster, and all this shit. The Lord said, thou shalt not commit adultery. He promotes promiscuity among women and among men. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gave us commandments, and every single commandment, every one, all out of all the commandments and statutes that the Lord put, the Esau Edom is directly adverse to every single one of them. He said, one watereth, one planteth, one watereth, but the Lord bring the increase. He GMO'd all of the food to where he brings the increase. Like he's responsible for all of the food being grown. A lot of this food that we eat are hybridized, and they don't even have seeds in them. Then he put poisons on the outside to diminish our life. He told us to be fruitful and multiply. I'm just giving examples of this devil. He told us to be fruitful and multiply. He puts abortion clinics and creates something called a woman's right to choose. Completely adverse to everything that the Lord has to say is his devil. You know, but
he's anti-life.
Anti-life. You got something I was going to bring out that Obadiah, but you got something.
Come on, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keeper at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's Esau Edom to the T, man.
For real. Goes back to that Revelation. Was it Revelation 18 or 17?
Yep.
Revelation 17.
All the nations, the waters with nations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and when it says he's as death, death cannot be satisfied. Death is a black hole. Esau is as a black hole. Esau is as death, right? They call him the boy. You can go ahead and continue on, Baba Kashan.
That was pretty much it.
What they call no, that's Michael. What they call on the border of wickedness, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere he go, or Malachi, everywhere this devil go, wickedness follows.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I got a precept, Baba Kashan.
And you best believe before Christopher Columbus came over here, it was so peaceful. You don't hear any wars on American soil before the white man came over.
No,
you don't hear none of that. You don't hear about the Aztecs fighting the Seminole Indians or the Seminole Indians fighting the Cherokees or anything like that. You don't hear about none of that in history. It was all peaceful. And so Esau showed up, man.
Because he's a bringer of war and death.
Right.
I got a quick one real quick. I'm going to go to the book of Obadiah. I'm going to read down to verse 4. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord. You can chime in whenever you need to. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise, ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Now, I want to bring out, before I continue on, I want to bring out a little piece of this article because I believe that this article is very telling. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen real quick. So I believe this is very telling about this. So it says here, it says Russia and Ukraine signed UN-backed deal to resume grain exports via Black Sea. Okay. And it says Russia and Ukraine officially sets a separate at separate tables to sign the document. The deal is significant for global food supplies, but also it is the first major agreement between the two sides since Moscow launched its unprovoked onslaught on February 24th. The international onlookers are cautious on the deal, and Russia will be closely watched to make sure it's upholding its side of the agreement. You see, like this right here, this article is very sketchy to me because if your country, who just went in and just pretty much took over all my stuff, killed all my people, and allegedly you had already taken control over all the grain, that's what the news was going out. Why are y'all signing a peace? This is basically they got a deal to ship food back and forth between y'all countries while y'all are at war. That doesn't make any logical sense.
It's not making any sense.
It's not making any sense.
How you gonna be in a deal with somebody you fighting at the same time? You know, war occurs because there's a disagreement, whether it's territory or it's economic or whatever it is. You know, when the two parties don't agree, they fight it out, and whoever loses. How you gonna try and set up an agreement for somebody you in the fight with? Is that gonna end the war? No, it's not. They're gonna still fight. They're just making a way where food supply can still come out of that place while they're at war, and it makes no sense, man.
It makes no sense. When you want to, if you had the opportunity to starve your enemy out, wouldn't you want to starve him out?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense unless this is actually a backdoor deal and they're about to deal treacherously with the U.S., as we just brought out, which that's what I truly believe is going to happen. You know?
All of this is set up for America to jump in. And you know what? I won't be surprised if you got the elites behind closed doors saying we have to destroy America.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do this. We have to put all these things in place just so they can jump in. And that's when we're going to all turn on them. I mean, the scriptures say that, but we don't know exactly how it's going to happen.
Well, you know, the scriptures say the least of the flock should draw them out. Now, all of those big elite banking families, they are a part of the least of the flock. So it's not necessarily, you know, we don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but it could be Israel entering into a war, or it could be that the elites are pulling America into this business. You know what I'm saying? We don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but we do know it's going to happen, and I believe it's going to happen very soon. But speaking on this incident with Ukraine and the deal, this is me speaking as a man. I think a lot of this shit that we're seeing about Ukraine is made up.
Right.
I think it's made up. Just like a lot of these things in the past we learned were drills, or it was basically actors or whatever, and we learned later on, man, hey, there was a reporter.
You talk about these so-called school shootings.
Yeah. We learned that there are some real ones, but a lot of them are fake.
Right.
You know, and there was a reporter that no one's talking about. I can't remember her name, but she went over to Ukraine to report the war. And when she went there, she said that there's no war in Ukraine. Somehow they can't find that woman anymore. So I don't know. But I do think that if you're Russia and you strike a backdoor deal with Ukraine and nobody knows about it, and you're being used to pull America into this war, you're sending Ukraine, all of these weapons, all of this money, all of these things to build them up. What if they use all that to turn against you? Well, that's what the scriptures say that's going to happen. And we're going to get that. But I'm going to finish this precept. It says, so all of the other nations are rising up against America in battle. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. So everybody hates America. Shit, I hate America. You know what I'm saying? It is nothing more than an oppressive place. It's a place of oppression. That's all America is. It's a place of oppression. You know, they try to make it seem like capitalism was a tool to free the world. No, bro, because everything is based off of fiat currency, which is debt. It's a debt-based currency. You cannot get wealthy carrying debt notes.
And the only reason why all these other nations flock over here is because it's pretty much a business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business where you can come in, make money, take it back to your own country.
Yeah.
When you look at Moab, Moab is not happy here. Moab not happy here. Ishmael is not happy here. Elam is not happy here. They come over just to make money. They hate us, man.
Mm-hmm.
You ever go into these 7-Elevens or whatever, these gas stations? Man, these guys don't be happy to see you. They don't be happy. They always feel like, okay, I'm just over here just to make some money, then I'm gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, they come over here just to set up shop, take that money back, because America is really not a happy place, man. You got hella bills. They might come over here and they have to live with, you know, in an apartment with, you know, 5 other families, man, just so they can build that money up to send it back home. But that's just how they operate. They're not over here enjoying the beautiful landscape and all of that, man. They just over here for business.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. They're just over here for business because America gives everybody the opportunity to make money except the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in this country. I'm gonna continue on with this precept. I don't know why he's moving. But I'm gonna read that again. It says, verse 2, it says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised." That means in stature and in number. Okay. The Lord has completely made you small. That means that among the heathen, you're not looked at as that shining, that glittering city anymore, America. Esau, you're not looked at as the man. They're looking at as white people as the scum of the earth now. That's what's starting to happen. They seeing all y'all Karens and shit like that on the TikToks and all that stuff. TikTok destroying America. They seeing all y'all and how y'all behave. They're seeing y'all hatred and y'all bitterness and y'all bloodlust, especially y'all bloodlust, man. You know, y'all scheming and scamming and backdoor deals, and y'all think that that's the way to get everything because, hey, you know what I'm saying? What you couldn't get by merit, you got by violence and deception. That's exactly what you did because you couldn't get the world like King Solomon did through the spirit and power of the Lord, using the wisdom that the Lord gave you to run your kingdom so well that everybody wanted to be a part of it. You see what I'm saying? You gave the deception that you were running your kingdom well, so everybody become a part of it just to steal their resources and their power. I'm gonna continue on and finish this out. It says, verse 3 says, "The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down?" Verse 4, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, saith the Lord." So the Lord about to bring you down, man. You know, the Lord about to put you in your place. Right. You know, you the one who built all these high rises and shit, man. Me personally, I don't want to live in no damn high rise. You know, 22 stories in the air. You know, for what? What purpose does that serve?
Yeah, that's gonna be a death trap in that day.
For real.
All you people in them high rises, man. As soon as the dollar collapses, you want to make sure you getting the hell away from the city. It's going to be a straight up war zone. And where you going to get food from in high rise, man? You can't store that much food, you know, in a small condo or whatever. You know, you most definitely can't grow anything. And as soon as you try and come downstairs to, you know, get out of your building, you might get smoke coming out the door. Somebody thinking that you got food or either artillery or something that they can use. Mm-hmm. But hey, these cities in America, man, it's gonna be like these Purge movies times 10.
Yeah, that was it. Huh?
All right, Clint, I wanted to bring something out too because we was talking about these other nations. Slovakia. It says, Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 14, it says, "And it shall be as the chase roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone to his own land." You know, so hey, these other nations we was talking about that's over here that's not happy. And then as soon as it go down, they're gonna try and get the hell out of here, man. And guess what? It ain't gonna be no airport. It's gonna be an airport, but it ain't gonna be no pilots. You think pilots are gonna be trying to fly people to place? They're gonna be trying to save themselves, man. Unless you got your own jet that you know how to fly, and then again, you might hit a no-fly zone and get hit with a missile. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, this is really the worst place to be if you're not part of the chosen, man. If you're not part of the elect, if you're not an Israelite. If you're not an Israelite and you're in America, you're gonna die soon. Plain and simple. Mm-hmm. If you're not an Israelite and you're in America, you will die soon. And I'm talking about Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and also the Israelite foreigners, a lot of the other nations. You know, because we got people that look like, you know, these other nations, but they're Israelites. If you're not part of that, according to your bloodline, you finish. And even if you are, You got to be part of the 1/3 that's going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's going to be left over here. And the Lord is going to only come to get his elect. He's not saving nothing else. No one else. So, hey, America, that's pretty much the judgment of this place, man. And it's well needed right now.
Man, listen, man, the whole entire earth is groaning for this place to be destroyed. You got some more on that?
No, that's pretty much it.
I got a quick one. This is Jeremiah 50:24. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Remember what I said before. Everything that this devil does is that verse against the Lord. They're striving against the Lord.
Right.
So all of these things that these devils have done, thinking that they're putting the world in a snare for them, they're actually the Lord is actually creating a snare for these MFers. And they don't even realize that they're caught in this snare. There's no way out. Hey, man, the only thing we about to do at this point is watch the judgment play out because, hey, as Apostle Ricard say, man, I believe it was Apostle Ricard said it, man, hey, we're here, man. We're here. This is it. We are in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble right now, man. This is it. We got what they said. They said 6 weeks ago, we only got 10 weeks worth of wheat left. Well, that shit is about to go down. I know that when I go to the grocery store on the day-to-day, I don't see the same stuff in the grocery stores that I used to see. I went to my wife went to 2 grocery stores, and I went to 2 grocery stores looking for cornstarch. Cornstarch, such a prevalent item that was everywhere. We went to 4 different stores and still couldn't find it. You see? Because America is systematically being taken apart from end to end, you know? And see now, like you Babylonians here, after you so-called Edomites have lived deliciously off of this system, right? After all of these years of you living deliciously off this system, off the backs and labors of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, now all of a sudden that you're discovering, this is something that I'm looking into, and now that you've discovered what your government really is, now you want to get out of it. You don't want to have no parts of it now. You all these little adhesion contracts that you contracted into the government with to give you the benefits that you wanted. Now, all of a sudden, you don't want to have any parts of that shit no more. Why? Because it's not beneficial to you anymore. You see? But nah, you ain't getting out of it. You were complicit. If you didn't participate, you were complicit in the rape, robbery, and murder of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You were complicit of the destruction of all of the other nations. You were complicit. So you're going to have to eat this judgment, man. Eat it up. It was cool when you was giving it and dishing it out, but now it's time for you to eat it. It's time for you to get a taste of it. So you get it.
I gotta look up the scripture real quick.
You know?
Ezekiel.
So the Lord is going to bring a hella judgment on Babylon very soon. Very soon. Y'all women, oh man, I cannot wait to see y'all women begging for help and begging for mercy. I cannot wait. I can't wait. The day is going to come very, very soon. Begging for help and begging for mercy. It ain't going to be no more strong, independent woman. It's gonna be, please help me, please. In the men of the Lord, we're going to be able to see right through you.
And you know what? The only reason why they like that, why the woman like that, and why other niggas like that, because of the traits that they have taken on of this country, of America. That's the only reason they like that. Yeah, you women are not strong. There's no such thing as a strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's no, you can get that out of your head, because once 911 go away and the dollar collapse, where's your strength? Where's your strength going to come from?
You ain't got no man.
Yeah, you're not prophesying. I mean, well, you're not a prophet. You might be a prophetess, and if you're a prophetess, that means you are under a prophet, a man.
That's it.
That's it. That's really, I mean, the Lord will have mercy on a lot of women, but a lot of women, you know, when that day come and they're going to try and, you know, hold on to that one man that they know the Lord dealing with, that man is not going to want to see you or smell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like the Lord is going to say, those, not everyone that says, Lord, Lord shall enter. You know, just because you're a woman, you know, if just because you're not just a man is not going to protect you in that time, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but going back to Esau, Edom, I want to get the scripture, and if you got nothing else, we can close it up. All right, this is Ezekiel 35:6. It says, "Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth." So Mount Seir, of course, that's associated with Esau, Edom. You know, Esau has not hated bloodshed. The only time you hate bloodshed is when it's your own blood. But anyone else you can give a damn about, man. So you have to get judged for that. The Lord said, even if you have, you haven't hated blood, the blood shall pursue you. And it's not gonna stop. It ain't like, you know, that pursuit is gonna get tired and it's gonna wear off. No, it's gonna last forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because when it came to, you know, other, especially Israel, and you messed Israel up. I mean, of course, the Lord gave you the power to do so, but you're still taking advantage of that power, and we're done with our sins. You know, I mean, of course, we're not done because we're not in the kingdom, but we're at the end of our curses. But Esau ain't gonna let it go, man. He's just gonna keep going, thinking he's gonna have control forever. Because you know damn well when it's your turn, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be the worst treatment that has ever happened to a human. Mm-hmm. I ain't talking about all the homosexual shit, you know, with the raping of the men and raping babies and all of that you did to our people. It's gonna be righteous judgment.
And it's gonna be grievous because you don't need to do all that to break somebody.
Right.
That you were fulfilling your own desires and lusts when you were doing things like that. It wasn't, you know, you weren't trying to break us, but it was through fulfilling your own desires and lusts. That's why you were, because you know Esau a little homo anyway. So you know that's the only reason why you would think to buck break a man. You know,
and Esau, he did it because he loved to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They had special tools they came up with, you know, just to do certain things to, you know, certain people. But we're doing it because we have to put the earth back in righteous order. You know, Lord's willing, you know, we in the kingdom. That's going to be our purpose for putting a foot up your ass. But you did it to us because you could do it. That's the only reason. And you loved it.
Well, we also are gonna put our foot up his ass because we need to get some get back too. You know?
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, even we was at peace with this man, and look what happened. Mm-hmm. And he just went off from there and never came back.
Yeah. And then if you don't mind, I'm bringing this last precept. We got something else that we can close out on this.
No, that was it.
Because remember we talked about this. I want to bring out this Obadiah 1:7. That says, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and have prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is no understanding in him." And I honestly believe what we just read about Ukraine and that wheat deal. I believe that may be this prophecy being fulfilled in a way, because America had just sent that nation all of this money in aid. And if they made a backdoor deal with Russia, that goes completely against that. You know what I'm saying? And if Ukraine decides to turn against the United States, and everything that we've been seeing right now has actually been a trap, that'll be fulfillment of this. They've laid a trap. They laid a snare for the United States, which I honestly think is going to happen. Because why would you ally with a country that's completely over the water when Russia is right there? Russia is a country that's right there that want you back under its fold. So why would you ally with a nation that's completely across the world? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Wouldn't it be wise for Canada and Mexico to ally with America? Wouldn't that be wise because America is a superpower on this side? Or would it be wise for Mexico to ally with Russia? Well, Russia can't even hardly get over here to protect them like that. You see? So you got to think about these things. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do believe that some things are going on in Ukraine, but we have a media. We have a media that is controlled by the opposition. So most of that stuff are things that they want us to know, even in social media.
You know what's so stupid? They will send in like some type of dancers or somebody over there, some type of artist to help with the war. What can you possibly do if your profession is dancing to help out a war? I was watching them like, did they make a mistake when they said that? Did they actually say that? Like, yeah, they trying to send, it was, I forgot what it was. I should have saved that article, but yeah, they were sending like people that didn't have nothing to do with the war over there to help with the war. All these reporters, man, they have people in the military that can go in and document everything that's going on, in a real war, but news reporters don't really be on in the lands while the war is going on. Think about when the Gulf War, they didn't have news reporters over there when the shit went down. Mm-hmm. They evacuated everybody.
Right.
So why are they sending reporters over there to report so-called war? And then you see they done showed pictures that was recorded a long time ago of a building being demolished, saying that Russia did this.
Right, I seen that.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is fake, man.
Or like there was a bombing, an alleged bombing in an area that Russia had bombed this area, and I saw this video myself. But all of the cars, the windows weren't blown out. So everything else was windows for the buildings were blown out. You know what I'm saying? But the cars in the surrounding area, all the windows were still intact. It was like the people that did it, they didn't think to bust the windows, because if there's what you call it, a procession, or it's like a bomb that explodes, it lifts off a wave like a missile, right? That wave goes off and it instantly shatters glass. That first burst, it shatters all the glass around it. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of glass was in those cars to stop them from being shattered? Or was that a setup in the first place? You see what I'm saying? These are the tricks that Esau Edom plays in the world, and the rest of the world knows this shit, man. America needs this war to happen because the dollar is about to collapse. And the rest of the world knows that America is a one-trick pony. And anytime their economy is messed up or something is going on within this country, they resort to war every time. So you got anything else?
No, that was it. That's the point, man. This place is about to go down. Everything that you see on the media, you can't believe it. Don't believe every war, because the scriptures even go into Matthew 24. It's going to be rumors of wars. Not actual wars, but just rumors. Mm-hmm. This would very well be one of those rumors. We're not saying everything that we're speaking is 100% as far as our opinion, but as far as when it comes to the scriptures, the judgment that's going to come to this place, how all these other countries are going to come against it, that will for sure happen. And that's what it's looking like right now. All right.
All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and end it off by giving all praises, going honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kadash.
Double honors to the elders and the apostle, great millstones. Next time, Mike, and we say shalom.
Shalom.